You can now make online payments to Institute of Agro, Technology and Rural Science, University of Colombo via GovPay.
The second reading of the 2026 appropriation bill was passed in Parliament yesterday with a majority of 118 votes. A total of 160 parliamentarians voted in favour of the 2026 budget, while 42 voted against and 8 abstained. United National Party MP Jeevan Thondaman, Samagi Janabalawegaya MPs Mano Ganeshan, V. Radhakrishnan and P. Digambaram joined the government to vote in favour of the appropriation bill. In the wake of the bill's passing, SJB MPs V. Radhakrishnan and P. Digambaram shared their thoughts on the matter.
In the past, not a single government earmarked funds for the estate community through the budget. In an unprecedented move, this government allocated 5 billion rupees for the purpose. This decision made us very happy. We are never afraid to give credit where credit is due. Disregarding partisan politics, we took a decision to support a move that will boost wages of estate workers. We voted in favour of the budget since the government hiked salaries of estate workers by 400 rupees. We sit in parliament because of the votes cast by estate communities. Therefore, we can never stand against any benefit being passed down to them. We will not join the government the way you think. However, we will support good initiatives taken by the government. If we oppose this budget, our constituents will reject us. This is what we explained to the opposition leader. Yes, I will.
Meanwhile, ITAC MP Shanakyan Rasamanikam shed light on his party's decision to abstain from voting for or against the budget.
Our
constituents vote for us since we are the only party concerned about a political solution. The president agreed to commence discussions on that front on the 19th or 20th of November. That is why we abstained from voting.
Meanwhile, specialists representing the Government Medical Officers Association convened a meeting in Colombo yesterday. At the meeting, its attendees acknowledged the government's refusal to heed the GMO's budget-related requests. The specialists in attendance also deliberated on the course of action to be taken if the government continues to entertain their requests.
The budget tabled by the government did not cater to our requests. All specialists are disappointed by the budget. Specialist doctors serve the public under immense financial pressure. These doctors especially don't have access to good housing or transport. Furthermore, specialists are levied with back-breaking taxes. We expected some sort of tax relief through this budget, although we never received it. We don't get a fuel allowance, an official vehicle or any other privilege. That is why we hoped the government would provide us some sort of relief by way of an official vehicle or some other transport facility. However, that request has not been entertained. That is not a positive development.
If
at least the bare minimum is not accorded to us, we will have to resort to a union action as decided by the Central Working Committee. These union actions could even escalate to severe trade union actions under certain circumstances.
Meanwhile, the All Ceylon Medical Laboratory Scientists Association raised concern over the government's lack of attention to bridge staff shortages persisting in the paramedical service.
Even though 5,500 paramedics are needed to staff the service, 1,250 vacancies remain unfilled at the moment. A key concern here is that close to 400 graduates are still anticipating jobs within the field of medical lab technology science. Although 366 vacancies remain unfilled within this service particularly, the hiring process has been stalled due to legal action taken by certain officers over alleged irregularities in the recruitment examination. However, the Ministry of Health has been very lethargic in initiating efforts to settle this legal matter. The repercussions of these inefficiencies are borne by the innocent public.
The Ceylon Teachers Union too voiced its dissatisfaction over Budget 2026, raising concern particularly over the government's decision to cut incentives provided to teachers in the special education service.
The president paid particular attention to students with special needs and disabilities during his budget speech. Although the government seems particularly keen on the matter, the Ministry of Education issued a circular this month revealing a decision to cut down the incentive provided to full-time teachers in the special education service from 10% to 6%. In a startling development, circulars have been issued to reclaim the incentives paid to these teachers in excess of 6% from March this year. We urge the Ministry of Education to please pay this incentive. What is the actual concern here?
මේ දීමනාව ගෙවන්නේලා මොකද්ද මේ තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ?